the most important moment we are in. Sergo goes against Kupcevic. Kupcevic is going first with the Imperial Formation soldiers against Sergo's Devotion Warriors. Sergo has one of the warlords available, and we see a very interesting, everyone's favorite, Raihan is here to entertain us all. So, if necessary, Sergo has access to double warlord, but he might want to hold on to that Blood Eagle. Let's see, Ramon implemented here. Kupcevic says that he's not taking any risks and is playing a Marine in combination with Ramon here. So stunning blow is dealing 8 damage. There was a pause for a second, but after considering if stunning blow is being spent, Kupcevic decided that it doesn't matter too much to him if the removal is being spent here early on. Also, yeah, a reminder for those of you who weren't exactly following the points, the show match has $50 at stake for every game, but also $100 is going to the winning team, and GPP is leading 14-7. We only have 3 series left, this one and 2 more, and well, the team can basically only rake 16 points overall, or 9 points overall in the leftover games, because every win in the game gives you 1 point. You can only get 3 in a match. So for GwentDetta to get that prize money, they'll need to basically 3-0 in most series, or like 3-1 is acceptable as well, I guess. It can end 16-16 if I'm not mistaken from this position still, but yeah, good point. Metal, organizer of the tournament, is bringing in chat. Sergo would want to win it cleanly. It looks like we are going into a long round 3, as we are witnessing here that some catching up had to be done, and bronzes were not exactly enough, so tier was thrown away as well. Of course, there was a Vilgefortz ready to go at it if necessary, but now, yeah, there is one less threat and less points to deal with. For Kupcevic, so 5 provisions now, and still putting some insane points. And we see that Soph is not feeling well and decides to skip this match. Tryhern, what a beautiful card. And also 6 points of carryover from War Council while thinning unnecessary lock. And we see that Irondite is being grown as well. No need to waste Bacala points. It is 4 points of carryover, but the deploy is actually like the better part of the card. So yeah, since there is only 1 round left in this match, in this game, Irondite was discarded. And it's back. So yeah, now Sergo has to do some adaptation to the fact that Tryhard just shifted the trajectory of this universe and affected it slightly, so that yeah, it's more exciting to play your devotion deck. And double Imperial Marine is being developed immediately and armored up as well several times. And one more, so now they are just in need of picking the correct target. And we are ready to go to some boosting. Raids are doing a lot of damage, and well, a lot of buffs from leader and armors was already spent. We're seeing that the card, there was only 7 cards in deck to begin with. One of them is already pretty much boosting. Second is ready to go to in a moment. Stunning blow dealing 9 damage is one off of killing this Imperial Marine. Location for an engine, there are no locks available, but there is always damage. And well, there are like control cards as well. We see that Heatwave is actually being used on the location. There is no sofa jumping out from like random Vilgeforts. There is no tier that you have to answer. And for Patricidal Fury, you potentially just get it as a Vilgefort's target. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, this is slightly different. There is no Envoy in this deck, so not 1-to-1 compared to the previous match we witnessed. So this Imperial Marine can be buffed up to... Okay, never mind. And just getting back buffed by the Iron Diet. But I guess it would have been saved by the World Council click. And just this World Council is giving armor as well. So the fight and the question of this match at the moment is, will the left Imperial Marine survive or not? But we have another contestant to enter the race. So there are 2, 5 or 4 power after the bleed goes through. Targets for all the raid damage. And if you know that one of them is dying, is there really a reason to click World Council now? They are not in equal positions, of course, one of them being on the back row. It's like going up here and not much action happening, so let's just take it in slowly. Sometimes you are a warrior and a great empire is on your way, so you have to accept that the fight won't be an easy one. So one marine is yeah, so dies to a rain, and then there was two. Those cavalries, of course, are not looking too intimidating now that there is only Bacala to buff them up.
The Emperor shall be proud of his sons.
And I'm out of the picture. Nice. Look, Skellige has a lot of hidden points somewhere in those raid cards. I promise you guys, it's not over. See, another slow tempo card is being answered and washed away by the rain. And the gap is only 12 points now. 12 points and 4 points on the board. And the engine's running. But Skellige also has the leader charges and one toll punish. Now the primal savagery is dealing 4 damage only, so it welcomes the targets with open hands, open arms, because otherwise it might have struggled a bit. This is not that risky. You have your leader charges, so if your primal savagery is not finding a target, you can always create a target for yourself. Yes, there is only one Nausicaa at the moment. Only one, yes. But this Broker Warrior, should we talk about him? What is your purpose? When everyone is growing out of proportion. I think this is leader charge in primal savagery. You are waiting for slave driver and it improves. You are still losing some value somewhere. So yeah, a balanced 4 provision card, playing for full removal value. Look, 3 damage, it does 3 damage. It's brilliant. Now Bloodthirst 3 is achievable easily. Let's see, a Savage Bear instead of Bran, that's minus 4 points. I promised you that it's quite close, and it was. Right, so, sadly no NR. Game number 2, Sergo on blue coin, going with his Devotion Warriors against Kupcevic's non-devotion self-wound Patricidal Fury. Let's see how that works out. In the previous game, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, non-devotion usually prevails over devotion. But Sergo will be looking for some lines to win it, I'm certain. So score is updated, Kupcevic is leading, Sergo is yeah, in possession of double warlord, so that's great for him. But now what? He finds another damage card, and damage cards not really doing much in this. They are not doing much in this situation. Invader, only 5 points ahead. Yeah, a nice synergy. Not every day. This tournament we already seen 2 or 3 Terror Crew Plunderers being played, so you should be very happy that new cards find their way into the game. No non-premium version, I cannot really comment that.
Blood for foul blood!
Okay, fun commands being used in chat. Interesting. Okay, and Sergo manages to win here. Kupcevic decided to preserve his hand quality with all gears and Swole Bloods carrying over for round 2. Only opting into playing 3 cheap bronzes, only 12 provisions gone from his deck so far. Sergo, of course, played Vabjorn, but this Gerege deck needs graveyard contributions, so sometimes you are happy to play a more costly card, you also need to win the round, so... No hesitation here, immediately drops tier. And heatwave check passed. The tier and his legend is being just erased immediately. So we see location being played. Your greatsword is not surviving, so you might be interested in just maraudering for 5 points. Imagine not using Discord for announcements. There is an announcement though. Also, you guys are all welcome to join the Discord to not miss the announcements. So the greatsword is not staying for long. Or maybe announcements are broken, I don't know. Let me know. Back to the game. We have a small lead forming here for Sergo. But let's be honest, Kupcevic haven't played any real cards yet. Just developed his card roll, and once again he's playing a bronze. Okay, so the trades are happening. This is more of a real card, although it spawns 2 bronzes. It's more important for the deck Kupcevic is playing. And Sergo's plan might be, I think previous games we've seen, we got non-devotion deck claim the last say. Here we had Sergo winning the game, games round 1, so a slightly different situation. I'm curious how this goes. His plan might be just finishing it off with leader and Sova. This time Sova is actually a card that he can play because no Trihern. The Blood Eagle is doomed already. If you're going for it, you basically have to take soul, otherwise you're risking missing out. There are of course bronzes, but I don't think Sergo got enough out of the Kupcevic, so a peculiar position here. If you are just playing Stunning Blue, it basically plays for 6 or for tempo. Okay, he decided that it is enough. He preserves Fukusia, so okay. So location was used, but location is getting refreshed.
Traveling is an option, you see.
So both artifacts are being transferred into the next round. And Swolpot Totem is of course potentially still influential with Swolpot, although Sergo's deck is, yeah, drawing all the Gutting Slashes. There is a slight problem though. Yeah, Olgierd Immortal exists while Forbidden Knowledge exists as well, so your damage cards actually need targets, and sometimes those targets are hard to get to. You also might face your opponent's soul that is being hidden behind the immunity, and yeah, as we were saying, first card, uninteractivity.
But she brooks no insult.
Your second card, for our opponent's second card, more uninteractivity. And you know it, and you have to just play it for 2 points. Yes, that's one way. Not to risk it completely, so yeah. It's gonna be finished off by the Svalbard later on. What a banger of the song, by the way. Should turn up the volume for that one. For myself, I have it pretty low. So yeah, damage cards, eh?
Your skull will make a fine
And think about them. Small thing about them. So yeah, sadly for Kupcevic, his Nut and Sigurd combo was hiding in the deck. He can only get one of them out. But this is another card that cannot be really interacted with properly. We get the Blood Eagle for Soap here. Since Champion's Charge exists, you cannot really deny a kill on the beast. Now the question is, would you ever want to waste Stunning Blow deals L? You have to damage it, yeah, I think, because your raiders can be erased, and while plus 6 points is going to 11 already, which is problematic. This, by the way, gets bonded value for Halfroos. Is there some way you can just card roll this, fighting and say a 2, you buff it up?
A beautiful pair of legs, please.
Is it ever worth it to give a better target for Champion's Charge? I'm curious. Kupcevic considers it, I would feel like. You can armor this. Stunning blow, of course. Okay. Guess so. Doesn't achieve much, but it is exactly out of stunning blows range. So we might just see Patricidal Fury Champion's Charge used on that. Or there is Vabjorn into War of Clans. You'd need Bloodthirst 2. Bloodthirst 2 gets it. This works as well with Swellblood, but there is a very inefficient way of dueling, so yeah, Kupcevic doesn't go for that. Squirrel still alive at 1 power. Since the bleed is already on the sequel, there is no reason not to ping it even more. If you need some catalyst, you can get it here. And yeah, there are still points coming to this, and Red wins the game, so Sergo decided that he played enough of this. Kupcevic takes a lead. So Kupcevic goes first with his Harmony deck, the last deck he has to go get through with. And NR, for those of you who were waiting for Northern Realms, you get to see one of the decks for that faction. This is not a version with Rent-free that is overly popular on ladder. Sorry. This is non-Rent-free priestess, so something that you might have seen in the past like a year or so. And yeah, priestess deck is very fun, and everyone loves it. Honestly, I don't know a person who despises this deck. Magpie loves it, Paya now loves it as well, all of the pros are playing it. Beautiful deck. And this dock is not really welcomed in the hand of Sergo. So it will be sent back down the line. So if you are new to the game, Muta Generator is one of the cards to look at. Muta Generator is buffing things in your deck. But here Kupcevic plays Dana, and this is another card that buffs things in your hand. And we see that the carryover is starting to be produced for Kupcevic. There is no answer coming for that Dana, although the tags are rolling, so there is no buffs to Antirian anymore because of the Beast Bolt from Saskia, and there is no Dryad buff because of the Dryads on board, but that's why Dryads were picked. Savage decided to utilize them and create carryover on other bronzes. He can switch his poison target, of course, if he feels like machine is more important. Of course, in this match you'd want to poison something like Snowdrop or Istrat instead. It's an interesting position. So you already spent Saskia. who potentially would have pulled something like Cat Witcher Adapter. And yeah, the thing about Dana hand buff is that if you are in a position where you want to continue playing in the round, you have to waste the hand buff. But nobody is against playing something like Weeping Willow for extra 4 points. So hand buff is very welcomed form of carryover in Gwent. So Dwarf is still triggering Harmony, but you also need to think about Saskia. She has humans to pull out of the deck, so Dwarf can be played. You are I think guaranteed at that point to pull a human. He still pulls a human, so the Dwarf will be playing for some extra value. If it lands. Point gap though keeps growing. And yeah, that forces Sergo to actually start playing front row. Not getting carryover, but getting the points immediately onto the board. So that's the flexibility you get from Utah. Sergo also managed to pick up King Radovit here, so if he plays that, it allows to... Well, he has a leader charge, but it's also better with Radovit that you are not wasting last leader charge and risking not finding Radovit, so your hand becomes very breakable, considering there is still a Siege Master, and you might want to leader for East Red. Yeah, Radovit is a nice find from the top decks. So the points being calculated, this plays for 14, 15, 16 with Sunset Wanderer, so 1 leader charge is necessary. And he does it on the priestess and sends her back, right? Oh. Did he rope out? Because if he picked anything... He could have sent it back and Sunset would be out. I guess Sergo decided that that move wasn't something that he wanted to do, but yeah, the plan was probably to just Margan her back. I'm not sure, maybe he roped out. Kinda sad ending for the series, but it is what it is. So Kupcevic wins the game 3-0, and I think by now we can say that the $100 prize pool for the entire event should go for GPP. Metal probably can confirm that. There are only 6 points for up for grabs, and yeah, you're not closing that tomorrow, but there are still 2 more games coming tomorrow. Danirai versus Kerpetan, and also Fravoy versus Sintra and Lion. There are still some money on the line, since every match organized by Metal has a prize pool of $50, so people are still interested in playing that, and we are interested in watching those. So hope you enjoyed the games.